I'm Peter McGeorge, and I'm currently chair of the Scottish Higher Education Enhancement Committee, or SHEEC. And the first thing I'd probably say is that Scotland has a long-established record and a world reputation for education. And we have a very distinct and distinctive higher education sector. The strength of our system is our focus on enhancement, how we make things better, how we improve the student experience. And within that process, SHEEC plays a pivotal role in bringing all that together. And it does that because it brings together senior representatives from all 19 of the higher education institutions within Scotland. And it brings them together and provides a forum where we can have the discussions around what works, what perhaps doesn't work, what we see as the challenges, what we see as our strengths. And it's that partnership approach and sharing that actually I think is a hallmark of what makes the Scottish higher education sector such a strong sector. What is really critical and important to that partnership is the partnership that we have with our students, because they are an integral part to helping us to enhance what we do. And it's really important that they are involved and are prepared to get involved in the enhancement process. You could almost recast the title SHEEC and the letters by translating them in. The S stands for support and sharing. And I think that's a critical thing which we do very well. I think if you then look at the H, then what you're looking at is that it's our way of helping to generate the evidence base. Because I think it's fine to talk about enhancement, but enhancement needs to be evidenced in some way. And one of the roles that SHEEC facilitates is generating that evidence base. And along with that, I suppose, if you want to translate the second E, then what that comes down to is evaluation. That it's evaluating what we do to show that what we say is leading to enhancement actually is leading to enhancement. And the final part of that acronym then becomes the C, and I think it's our commitment as a sector to sharing and being collegiate. And I think that's what captures for me what SHEEC and the enhancement-led approach to higher education is actually all about. But one of the big aspects of enhancement within the Scottish sector are around our enhancement themes. And we've run a series of enhancement themes focusing on areas that we as a sector feel are areas that we want to concentrate on that point in time. And there have been themes around graduates for the 21st century, developing and supporting the curriculum. And the new theme is around transitions. And that's transitions in its broad sense, so that's transitions into higher education, through higher education, and then out from higher education into employability. What we're trying to create through that theme is really a map of where we have examples of best practice that we can then share across the sector, where there are perhaps darker areas that we need to throw some light on. And I think that's what we're in the process of doing now. And I think that bringing together of the sector to look at those issues, to share practice, to be open about what works and what doesn't work is really what is a strength of the Scottish sector. Alongside that, you know, we've run since 2003 an annual conference, an enhancement conference, where we provide an opportunity for people to come and present about the activities that have been associated with particular themes, to share, again, all about sharing good practice. And I think that's worked extremely well. Those conferences have been extremely well attended. And part of extending the reach of Scottish higher education and also learning from best practice in other parts outside of the UK, we've started to look at having a regular international conference. We had our first international conference in 2013, hugely successful. Delegates there from 25 different countries, lots of very positive feedback, lots of sharing of good practice. Planning's already well underway for our international conference in Glasgow next year. And again, that's looking really exciting. We've got a great set of people, external speakers. I fully expect that we'll have a broader range of international attendees. And I think that reflects the growing international reach of our enhancement-led approach across the world. We have strong partnerships with South Africa now, with the Middle East, with the Nordic countries, and that's partly bringing people to Scotland to see the best practice that we have within our sector, but it also is a really great way of them coming and bringing their best practice so that we can learn from them. We have a world-renowned higher education system within Scotland, and it's one where we clearly have a tremendous amount of good practice. We're trying to make things even better than that, and it's bringing lots of people to us to learn about that practice. And I think it's really important for us as a sector to recognise not just how we can make things better, but to recognise how well we're doing in many of the things that we're already doing and celebrate that success.